It's time for a healthy dessert. On the menu today, apple cake. Let's get started. What's up guys, welcome back to A Pinch of Salt. If you're new here and you want to start learning amazing recipes in the easy to follow and entertaining way, then you're definitely going to want to consider clicking the subscribe button. The apple cake that I'm going to show you how to make today is beyond moist and it's topped with a delicious crumb topping. So let's get baking. First, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now get your mixer with the paddle, cream together your 1/2 cup of butter and your 1/2 cup of sugar on medium speed. Once your butter and sugar are creamed, now scrape down the sides of your bowl. Now we're going to mix in our eggs, but it's very important to only do one at a time. So add in one. Now mix on medium speed until incorporated. Now scrape down the sides of your bowl and your paddle, and mix in your second egg. Make sure not to overmix. Alright, now we can set our mixer aside and start preparing our dry mixture. Into a bowl, add 1 1/4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/8 teaspoon of salt. And if you don't have 1/8 of a teaspoon, just take a 1/4 teaspoon and fill it up halfway. Now mix all these ingredients up just a bit. Alright, our dry ingredients are looking good and it's time to add it into the mixer. Now mix these ingredients together on low speed. It's very important to only mix until they're just incorporated. Make sure to not go overboard with this. Once your mixture is mostly incorporated, scrape down the sides of your bowl and your paddle, and then we're going to mix it for a bit longer to make sure that everything that we just scraped down also gets incorporated. Remember, don't go overboard. And you can put your mixer away now. Now we're just going to mix our dough a little bit by hand to make sure that it's completely incorporated. Now add 2 tablespoons of milk to the mixture. Now we're just going to mix by hand until the milk gets incorporated. Now we need to prepare our springform pan. And to start, we're going to melt 1 tablespoon of butter in the microwave. Make sure to only heat for 30-second intervals to make sure that the butter doesn't burn. Once it's melted, use a brush to coat the inside of the pan, and make sure to get the walls too. Once your pan is buttered up, get a little bit of flour and coat it over the butter that you just put in. Just a tiny bit of flour, and lightly drop it in. This is going to help make sure that the cake doesn't stick when you take it out of the oven. And don't be afraid to let your counter get a bit dirty. Once your pan is completely coated with the flour, dump out all the excess. In the end, your pan should look like this. Now pour all of your cake batter into the pan. Once all your batter is in the pan, spread it out evenly. You can either use a regular spatula, or you can use an offset spatula. Look at that nicely spread batter. Now it's time to peel and cut your apples. Based on the size of your apples, you're going to want to either use 2 or 3. Since mine are really big, I'm going to use 2. But if you have really small ones, I would advise using 3. Now that the apples are laid evenly in our pan, it's time to make our crumb topping. So into a bowl, add in 3/4 cups of flour and 6 tablespoons of butter. Now use your hands and crumble the butter into the flour like this until it's fully incorporated. Now add in your 1/2 cup of sugar and your 1/4 cup rolled oats and mix together until it's nice and crumbly. So you're going to mix for a long time and you're going to start to think, wait, I thought this was supposed to be a crumb topping, why isn't it turning crummy? But eventually, after a good amount of time, your mixture will start to crumble like this. When you pick it up, it will compact a little bit, but when you start to crumble it, it will turn into nice crumbles. So once that starts to happen, now you can crumble it all over your cake. Bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 45 to 50 minutes. You'll know it's done if you stick a toothpick in and it comes out clean. And to garnish, just sift on a little bit of powdered sugar. I would highly suggest serving this cake warm and with a little bit of ice cream. You gotta try it out for yourself. And after you subscribe, you gotta learn how to make my cinnamon rolls. See you there!